Good afternoon and thanks for joining us for Living Local, your lifestyle show for everything Charleston and beyond. I'm ASHLEIGH, MESSERVY.
The process for finding the right college or university is hard enough, especially these days as the cost of going continues to rise, making it harder and harder for families to afford it. Today, our friends from the College Planning Centers are here to give us some tips on how to find the money to pay for it.
Talk about where you begin with them. Where do you tell them to start? First, they probably just need to start with walking through your door.
They probably should start with coming in and talking to us. But you know, as far as finding the scholarships, we talk about them focusing on finding the right schools that are giving them the most money, but also focusing on local scholarships first. All the schools have on their web pages, they'll have lists of local scholarships. If they're going to look at for private money, that money that's local will be less competition, greater chance for them to get that. So you want to focus on the ones that have the least number of applicants to give you the best chance to get the money. Okay,
so when they come in though, and they sit down for their free consultation, correct?
Right.
I mean, what are you looking for?
We're looking at them to see, where their strengths are. Do they have, do they have certain strengths or certain things that we can focus on that there might be scholarships in that area, whether it be sports,
or arts,
or anything that really stands out to us. Do they have a community service? Or we're looking at community service scholarships that they might have out there. Personalities, we have students that sometimes there's a scholarship at Wofford called the Bell Ringer Scholarship that is going to literally use the student as a spokesperson for the school. And so we want to see if they have the personality, maybe, and the grades and the background for that, to apply for that one as well.
I wish I would have known about.
Yeah, the Bell Ringer Scholarship.
No,
you ring the bell.
Yeah, seriously.
I need some money.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd get paid for that. That'd be awesome. Okay, talk about though, what are some of the things that families or parents are surprised to find out when they come in and talk to you?
I think what they're surprised to find out is the amount of money the schools are and expect them to pay is a lot more than they think they can afford.
Even more than they think?
Even more than they think they can afford. I think when they run that FAFSA calculator that we can run with them, they are sometimes troubled to see where that number comes back at. Okay,
talk about how you're supporting them though. Because that has to be a little bit like you're thinking about your child's education. You can never, my parents used to always tell me, you can never overlook the value of a great education.
No, exactly, but sometimes it's a matter of changing your focus from maybe you're focusing on prestige rather than value, or maybe you're focusing on a certain region where another region you might be more of a exciting candidate for those schools. So a lot of it's just changing perception. If you're applying to Clemson or Carolina, so are 30,000 other kids from South Carolina who look just like you. And so the chances of getting money at those schools is not going to be as strong as maybe a school where you're a more unique applicant.
So you're not looking at parents and saying your child's not pretty.
No,
you're like,
I'm not.
you're looking at them and saying, hey, listen, everyone has something to offer, right?
Exactly, and different schools are going to treat kids different ways. Some are going to put their arms out and embrace them, and we want you to be part of our family, and some are going to be like, you're lucky to come here because we're the best school in the country. And that's just the way, and that's just a different mentality from schools.
And let's talk about the fact that you take it a step further though. You don't just get them to come in and you talk to them. You actually are out there getting perspective from colleges, finding out even more. You've been in the classroom, you know what they want.
We're visiting 20 to 30 schools. I am in particular visiting 20 to 30 schools a year, so I'm meeting with the mission reps. I know what they want, I know what they're looking for, and I also know the kind of money that's available and what's not realistic. We don't ever lie to our parents or our kids about what's possible. We think that knowledge is important, and for knowledge, when you're looking at, with the possibility of what you're going to have to pay, is important, because the worst thing you can do is let a kid get his heart or her heart set on a school that they really can't afford.
Exactly.
And so we try to steer parents away from that.
You don't let them go down that rabbit hole.
We don't. Not without knowing. Some of them are still going to do it just to see, but sometimes I tell kids the worst thing that happens is you get in. That sounds strange, but sometimes you get into that dream school that isn't giving you any money, and then you have to debate between, is it worth $60,000, or should I go for a quarter of that to a school where I can excel and still be very successful? And that's a hard decision for a teenager to make.
Well, of course, you can help them make it.
We can help with that, yeah.
He's like a support group. You're like all things to all people.
Yeah, we're a college whisperer, yeah.
I love it, I love it. All right, well, thanks, Chris. And of course, you can always go online to their website for more information at collegeplanningscenters.com.